Look at all these post-World War II German-style mess kits. How do you tell them apart? Well, that's what we're going to be talking about today. So sit back and enjoy the review. So the first thing I need to say is I am not an expert with these things. I just know enough to be dangerous. And I happen to have all these different mess kits from different countries. All these that are in the forefront here are post-World War II. And I just thought I would do a comparison and maybe throw in an extra element that nobody else has done, and that's the thickness of the pot, the actual metal. So I'll show you how I did that here in just a couple minutes. But let me introduce you to the ones that we're going to be talking about. This is the East German mess kit, and I have an East German canteen to go with it, just for show in the back. Okay, this is the West German mess kit and its canteen. Okay, it's kind of like a canteen mess kit type thing going on there. This is the Austrian mess kit and the canteen and cup that I have for it. This is the Soviet Russian one, and here is the canteen I have for it. Okay, the next one is the Polish, and I'll show you a lot of you have already seen this, but I've got the canteen that goes with that. And lastly, one of the most popular ones, and one that's most expensive now on the internet, is the Swedish. And I've got a little Swedish canteen that goes along with it with my collection. Okay. In the back there is an older Swedish mess kit, which is actually World War II, made sometime around then. Just received that in the last couple days, so I may talk about that. So let's get started. Okay, so I want to start with the East German kit. I own two varieties of this type of kit. First thing I want to show you is the rivets for the pot handle. Okay, East German kits have 3 rivets like this in this style, in this configuration. The other thing you need to know is the bail handle. You'll notice that the bail handle here has what I would call like a pigtail, kind of a corkscrew style. You get another angle here. You can see how that is made on there. It doesn't make it doesn't pinch together as a loop like you'll see in some of the other ones, but it's like a pigtail. Also, the side brackets, they're very similar to the German M31, the original German mess kits from early war, except there would have been 2 rivets here. See, there's no rivets. It's a smooth finish here, so there have been 2 rivets here. And also this ear would have been a larger hole and have been more of a round hole instead of this slot that you see here with this handle. I hope you can see that. It's more of a slot instead of a round hole. Okay, another thing, there was 3 varieties of this mess kit. I have 2 of them. The older variety had a bracket here instead of just right here where this is. There would have been a bracket, very similar to this Soviet kit right here. See this bracket right here on top? That would have been for a belt to pass through there and go around the kit. Okay, so this is the second version of this kit. It's missing that bracket. Okay, it just has a spot here for the belt to sit in, but it does have this bracket here. This is where the belt would have went around the bottom part and wrapped around the kit. Okay, But as you'll see here in this third version, they simplified it even more. Notice it still has 3 rivets, but the bracket's missing here and the bracket is missing here. Okay, so this is the third version, which would probably been in late 80s or so when they made this kit. Okay, the other thing that's different is these kits have an inner cup. Okay, this one has this style inner cup handle. Looks like this. It's a stamped piece of aluminum. Okay, with a hinge. You can see it right there. Alright, this was the earlier version. The newer version looks like this. The inner cup has a round style handle, which is pretty cool. Either one works just fine. I don't prefer either one of them. They're both just as good. Alright. So then the other thing that I was going to show, the other element, is I took a micrometer, this old 0 to 1 inch micrometer, belonged to my grandfather, and I found a spot here that was as straight as I could, because this is a round pot, but right here where it takes this bend in, and just before it reaches here, I measured each one of these kits to get the thickness of the pot. I thought that'd be an interesting element. Okay, this pot, the East German one, measures 30 thousandths of an inch thick. Okay, that's the thickness of the material just on the pot right here where it's not painted. Okay, so I hope that is of interest to some of you guys out there. And just so you know, I'm starting with the thinnest and I'm going to the thickest with this review. Okay, the next one I want to talk about is the West German Army mess kit. You'll notice that there are 2 rivets on the cup handle. Okay, there's a bracket for the belt to go through on the top and on the bottom. Alright, one of the things you can use to help also spot, besides the 2 rivets, is this distance. This cup is taller, so see this distance between this bracket and this edge here? That's about 1/4 inch. So it's about 1/4 inch taller than most other kits. So that is a big difference. Usually this bracket is mounted flush with here. Alright. The other difference is the way that the bail handle is mounted. It has this bracket. It's like a ball and socket type joint. Very similar. It's kind of got a slot, so when it comes up, when you bring the bail to the top, it can lock it into place when it's working right. Mine's a little wore out. So there's no other kit that has this type of mounting system for the bail with this ball and socket style. Okay, it has a little notch, not a notch, but a little protrusion right there that allows the handle to rest there to keep it out of the fire. Alright, the other thing inside is it has an inner cup very similar to the East German set, but as you can see there's no handle. So what they did here was there's a slot cut. These come in 2 different versions. You can have a slot here and a slot there, or just one slot like this one is, and that's made to put in like this and go through a chow line like if they were being served in a mess line. Okay, alright, so that's that set. Now the last thing is I measured with the micrometer right along in here where it's the straightest. I measured several times. I just didn't do this quickly, but I measured 31 thousandths of an inch, 0.031. That's what I measured here for the thickness of this pot, the metal. So that's the West German mess kit. Okay, so the next one in line is the Austrian mess kit. Okay, so it if you look here closely, it has 2 rivets on the pot handle. Okay, It has a bracket for the belt, just like the West German, and one down here. But you can notice here that the bracket here is mounted flush. There's not a 1/4 inch spacing there. So that's one way you can tell. Alright, here is the bail handle mounting. This is the closest to the original M31 German mess kit used during World War II that I have. Okay, you can notice here the hole is almost like an O. Okay, there are 2 rivets here on the outside, but they look slightly different than the original rivets on the German kit. Okay, very neat kit. It's a little bit taller than the East German kit, but it's not as tall as the West German kit that we just that I just showed you. Okay, so you can see the little bit of difference there. All right, inside it also has an inner cup. Okay, it looks like this. This cup is not as tall as the West German cup that I just showed you. It's smaller, but it's still just as nice. All right, and it has 2 slots in this model, one there and one there, so you could hook it either way, here or the opposite way, and go through the chow line. Okay. The measurements of the thickness of the metal here, I measured just like the other ones, the straightest piece I could get, and that turned out to be 35 thousandths of an inch. Okay, so it's a little thicker. So we're going from, you know, East Germany was 30 thousandths of an inch, and now we're at the 35 thousandths, 0.035. So that is the Austrian mess kit. Okay, so the next one in line is the Soviet-Russian one. This is a Cold War edition from the 70s. I did a review on this already on another video, but we'll start with it's got 3 rivets for the cup handle. There is a upper and a lower bracket, as I showed in the other video, for a belt, but I was told by a viewer in my comments that the Russians didn't carry it on their backpack or use a belt on it. So I'm not sure about that, but if they didn't, they just decided to copy the Germans and just put these 2 brackets. Of course, this bracket can be used for the stick over the fire, but this one would have no other purpose except for the belt, as far as I know. Okay, there's 2 different colors. I've seen these in like a green, and I've seen it in this brown. All right, the way that the bail handle mounts is like this. Just a loop that is turned over to and touches itself there, and it's got 2 rivets on the outside, one there and one there, with a bracket that looks like this. So it's a little different than any of the other ones. That's why you know, counting these rivets and looking at the appearance and looking at the way the bail is mounted, that's the real way to tell these kits all apart. Okay, and I hope this video helps you guys who have one or are looking to buy one, so you can identify what you're looking at. Inside, this is the first 2-piece system that I've reviewed so far today. Just has the cup and the pot. Okay, the thickness of this is even thicker than any of the other ones. When measured with my micrometer, it is 45 thousandths, or 0.045. That's the measurement of the thickness here. I tried it on both sides. I've tried to find the straightest piece, so it's either here or here, and I measured it several times just to try to get the most accurate measurement as I could. So this is the Russian Soviet mess kit. Okay, the next one is the Polish mess kit, and in keeping with our theme, it has 3 rivets that hold the cup handle on. Okay, there is a bracket here, but it's not slotted, it's solid. so nothing can pass through there. But it does have a half round lower bracket here. Very useful for installing a stick to put this over the fire, because this handle is a lot shorter than any of the other kits we looked at. But look right here, there's an extra bracket right here that's made for a skinny belt to go around the kit here. So that's a little different. The big noticeable difference is the height of this cup, or how deep it is. Okay, and looking at this kit, it looks kind of short and squatty, but when you bring up the Austrian mess kit, you can see that they are nearly identical in height. The Austrian is just a little taller. So it's all in how that they designed this. This pot for the Austrian, in my opinion, is pretty deep, more than what one soldier would need. You could put enough in there for 2 people. So I think the Polish decided that they would have one deep cup and one, I don't know, 3/4 size pot to put soup in, or whatever that they decide to do. So I think this is a very unique and very innovative design. They took the German mess kit and kind of improved it for their army, which I think is pretty cool. So anyways, there is a bracket here on this side for installing that cup, so you can walk through the line just like that if you needed to. This bracket probably also has other purposes that I'm not aware of. Maybe for a belt or something, I'm not sure. Okay, let's see, what else do we have here? The thickness of this mess kit is even thicker yet. It is 48 thousandths of an inch, or 0.048. Alright, oh, and I forgot about the bail handle. This one has a bracket style like this. It does turns and L's out with 2 rivets, and then you can see here that it extends up above. They had to do that because of the design of the pot, how short it is. If they would have mounted the bail handle down here, it would have taken it where it was, where the bail handle mounting point was too close to center, and it would make this to be tippy. They needed it to be above center, so that's why this extends up higher, actually right up into the cup area of the mess kit. Very unique design. I think it's pretty cool. So this is the Polish mess kit. Okay, so the last kit we're going to talk about is the Swedish mess kit. This is the most wanted kit out on the market today because it's so nice. Keeping with our theme, it has 5 rivets for the pot handle, as you can see here. Okay, and the next big difference is its shape. It is oval instead of kidney shaped like our other mess kits we've been talking about. Okay, this is the Soviet one again. You can see how it has a kidney shape to it. Alright, next thing is if it's a genuine surplus item, it should have this hook on it. It has multiple uses. There's plenty of reviews out there. People have done reviews like crazy on this thing, but it should have this hook on it. If it's missing this hook, it might be the Miltech one. Okay, so be careful if you're looking for a real military surplus item. Look for this hook. Okay, you can see here it has. Take it off here. On the cup handle, it has 2 D-rings that flip up. Okay, and that should be on the model you're looking at too, for inserting a stick in there for putting over the fire, and that's a really nice feature. Okay, and those just fold down like that. Also, there's a bracket here so that when the cup handle folds over, it's for a belt to pass through here. Okay, I'm just kind of got it sit on there, but you can tell that's for a belt to go through. Okay, I'm pretty sure that's what it's for. All right, there's 2 different versions of this kit. One that was a stainless steel, the M40, and one that was an aluminum version, the M44. I think I got that right. This is the aluminum version, and you can tell that by looking at these bands here on the top of the pot. That there's two bands, like you see here, then it's aluminum. If there is one single band, then it is the stainless steel version, and that's the one that's most wanted by most people out there. It has a bracket handle. It looks like this. It's flattened on this side with two rivets, as you can see. When you turn it, it's round stock turned into like an ear, and you can see how the bell attaches. All right. Most of these kits came with other things too, like a alcohol burner, an alcohol bottle of some sort. This is one that came with mine. Also, I got this bowl, which is pretty cool, and I think that's the newer versions. Alright, let's see. Also a windscreen for the alcohol stove, and these are all over the internet. You can see all kinds of reviews on how to use this, but for this purpose I just wanted to show that to you real quick so you can identify the different kits. Okay. This one is the thickest yet. When I measured it, I measured right here on the top between the edge and this first band, like right there, and it's very hard to get a good measurement because it's oval, so I measured right here and right here. It's the best I could do, and I was able to measure 68 thousandths thick. That's pretty thick. So 0.068, that's what I measure with my little handy dandy micrometer. So this is the Swedish mess kit. Okay, so this is the end of my video of how to tell the difference in these post-war German style mess kits. Okay, and I hope this was a help for you guys who are, looking at these things on the internet, and you want to purchase one but you're not sure exactly what you're looking at, or maybe the person who's selling it may not have the right information either, and that happens a lot. They list something a little bit wrong. Okay, and maybe my video can help you identify that, or maybe somebody gave you one of these kits and you're just wanting to know what it is. Also, I hope you enjoyed the extra element of the thickness of the material of each of the pots. Okay, I thought that was something to be a little different that nobody else has ever done. So if you like my video, I'd ask you to click subscribe on my channel and follow me. I do all kinds of different military surplus type videos and outdoor survival, bushcraft type stuff. Also, if you could give me a thumbs up to let me know that you like this video, that makes me feel good. And also leave me a comment if you got a question. Maybe I can answer it for you. Like I said, I'm not an expert, but maybe I can point you in the direction of someone who can answer your question. Or maybe I didn't say the right thing about one of these kits. Maybe my information is a little bit off, and you'd like to leave me a comment to let me know what it was I said that was wrong. And I don't mind that one bit. I'm here to learn and enjoy military surplus just like you are. So thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great day.